All right, let's jump right in. When we talk about what makes for great healthcare, our minds usually go to the brilliant doctors, the cutting-edge treatments, the amazing hospitals. But what if I told you there's a critical piece of the puzzle, a vital link in the chain of care that almost always gets overlooked?
And this quote right here from Swift Aid Transport's founder Jamel Holder, wow, it just gets right to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? It frames this problem perfectly. We're not just talking about a scheduling headache, we're talking about a fundamental issue of human dignity. So, what exactly is this forgotten step? It's the ride. Simple as that. The trip to a life-saving appointment or the journey home after being discharged from the hospital. It seems like such a small detail, but in reality, it's the final and often the most fragile link in the entire healthcare experience.
I want you to think about it like this. A hospital can provide world-class care, but if that patient can't get to their critical follow-up appointment, or if they have a rough, unsafe trip home, all of that amazing medical work is suddenly jeopardized. When that final link is weak, the whole thing can just fall apart.
And the fallout from that broken link, it's like a row of dominoes. One single missed ride isn't just a minor blip. It can mean a delayed cancer diagnosis, an interrupted dialysis treatment. It can cause a manageable condition to spiral out of control. And where does that often lead? Right back to the emergency room for a visit that was entirely preventable and incredibly costly.
Well, this chart really puts the problem into sharp focus. It shows the gamble that patients in healthcare facilities are often forced to take. On one side, you've got your standard rideshare apps. Drivers have zero medical training, the insurance isn't designed for this, and the car might be totally wrong for someone with mobility issues. But on the other side, you have professional NEMT. We're talking trained, CPR-certified drivers, proper insurance, door-to-door assistance, and ADA-compliant vehicles. It's not even a comparison.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. Now let's talk about the solution that was specifically designed to fix this. Because when you're dealing with healthcare, you need a professional standard, a true bridge to care that puts safety and dignity first.
And that solution has a name: Non-Emergency Medical Transportation, or NEMT for short. It's a service designed for folks who don't need a full-blown ambulance, but definitely need more help than a typical cab can offer. Maybe they use a wheelchair or a walker, or just need a steady hand to help them. This is the service that was purpose-built to fill that critical gap.
And this is where local solutions really shine. In Orange County, a new provider called Swift Aid Transport is stepping up to meet this exact need. Their entire model is built around a compliance-first mindset, with a powerful, simple goal: deliver this service with reliability, accountability, and most importantly, respect.
And, their commitment isn't just words. It's backed by these 6 pillars. This is basically their checklist for earning a healthcare provider's trust. They've covered all the bases: full licensing, the right insurance, trained and background check drivers, real-time GPS tracking. This is what it takes to go from being just another vendor to a truly trusted extension of the care team.
But here's the thing. Building this kind of reliable community infrastructure, well, that's not something one company can do on its own. It really takes a village. It requires the entire community to rally together, which brings us to a really important event.
So, mark your calendars. On Saturday, April 11th, 2026, leaders from across the community, we're talking healthcare, business, government, are all coming together for an event called Driving Dignity Forward. And it's really much more than a fundraiser. It's a rallying cry, a collaborative effort to make sure that no one's care is ever put on hold just because they couldn't get a ride.
And it all starts with this number: $14,500. This is the initial community investment that's needed to get this vital service up and running.
And this is the really incredible part, that community support is the key that unlocks something much bigger. Once that goal is met, it unlocks a pre-approved startup loan for $120,000. That means every single dollar from the community gets multiplied by nearly 10 times. That is some serious impact. And that money gets put to work immediately to build the foundation. We're talking about getting those first wheelchair-accessible vehicles on the road, funding the safety training for drivers, getting all the insurance and licensing finalized, and putting modern dispatch tech in place. These are the nuts and bolts that create a system that doctors, patients, and families can actually rely on.
This isn't just about one company or one group of patients. Having a reliable medical transportation network creates a positive ripple effect that lifts up the entire community. It literally makes the whole local healthcare system work better for everyone.
Just look at the ripple effect. For patients, it means less stress and better health. For hospitals, it means smoother discharges and fewer people having to come back unnecessarily. And for the community, it means stronger and more fair access to healthcare for everybody. It's a genuine win-win-win situation.
So for anyone who wants to be a part of making this happen, here are all the details for the Driving Dignity Forward event. It's a fantastic opportunity to connect with other community leaders and make a real difference.
And that really is the main takeaway here. Supporting this initiative isn't just a donation. It's a strategic investment in a piece of critical community infrastructure, one that strengthens that vital bridge between the people who need care and the people who provide it.
So we'll leave you with this question. Especially for all the healthcare professionals out there, I want you to really think about it. Is the company you use for transportation just another vendor you call? Or are they a true, vetted, trusted extension of your team's care? Because the answer to that question can change everything for your patients.
Because at the end of the day, access to care begins with a ride. For anyone who wants to partner up, learn more, or help build this solution together, here's the direct contact information for Jamel Holder at Swift Aid Transport.